What is the value of y? Yeah. So when I find the x-intercept, the first thing that I'm going to do is say let y equals 0. So I'm going to start with this equation, 2y equals 20 minus 4x. And I'm going to let y equal 0 because I know that this line is going to cross the x-axis when y equals 0. So what I'm going to do is actually wherever I see the letter y, I'm going to substitute in a 0. 2 times 0 equals 20 minus 4x. All right? So what is 2 times 0? 0. 0. So I have 0 equals 20 minus 4x. So I need to, remember we're solving an equation. I want to get all the variables on one side, constants on the other. So do you want me to subtract 20 or add 4x to both sides? Your call. Add 4x. 0 plus 4x equals 4x. Huh? So when I do that, I have that 4x equals 20. So then what should I do? Divide both sides by 4. Divide both sides by 4. And when I divide both sides by 4, what do I get? X equals 5. And you're actually asked to graph that, right? You're actually asked to graph that. And that's the x-intercept. That's what we just said. We said this is the x-intercept. So that means that this line crosses the x-axis when x equals 5. So we're going to put a point right there. Okay? Now let's find the y-intercept, well, where this line crosses the y-axis. What do we know about the y-intercept? Someone other than Alexis. What do we know about the y-intercept? Look at your notes. What did we say about the y-intercept? Annika.
Let x equal 0.
Yeah, good job. Let x equal 0. So we're going to do the exact same thing, only this time we're going to let x equal 0. Okay. So I have 2y equals 20 minus 4x. Annika said let x equal 0. 2y equals 20 minus 4 times 0. What is 4 times 0? 0. So really I have 2y equals 20. Divide both sides by 2. Y equals 10. So where am I going to plot my points?
10 on the y-axis.
Yeah, and the positive 10 on the y-axis. What do I do with these 2 points? Connect them. Yeah. You guys are awesome. Connect them. Hopefully you do a better job getting it lined up than I just did. But yeah, we're going to connect them. So I have graphed, all I've done is graph this equation using the x and the y-intercept. Okay, so that's what number 1, 2, and 3 are about. All right? Questions? All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6 is a little bit more challenging. This is, we're writing an equation in slope-intercept form, and that's the y equals mx plus b, right? So we spent a whole week on this before Christmas break. We called it solving for, we had a whole worksheet. We had a whole unit on solving for y. Yeah, we just spent a whole day. We spent like 3 days actually on solving for y, solving for y, solving for y. And I said to you guys, I want you to write them in this form. And you were like, that's crazy. And I said, I just want you to remember that I want the x term first because when you get back, it's going to be very important to you, right? This form, this is the most important formula in linear equations. Almost all linear equations are written in this form, and it's because it's the most recognizable and it's the most useful. You can do so many things with it, okay? So I want to make this equation model this. So basically, I'm just solving for y. That's all I'm really doing. So solving for y, I'm going to cover it up. What do I need to move away from it? Jared, if I'm going to get y all by itself, what do I need to move away? And it's a negative 0.5. So what do I have to do to cancel it out? Add 0.5x to both sides plus a 0.5x. So I have 0.75y equals 0.5 5x minus 2.25. Okay? Now, some of you like decimals, some of you don't. Some of you like whole numbers, some of you don't. Some of you like fractions and some of you don't. Do you guys have a problem working with the decimal? Would you rather get rid of it? No?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how to get rid of it. We're going to keep it this way, and I'm going to write it another way. 0.75 y equals 0.5 x minus 2.25. Because remember, we're making a video not just for you, but for the other classes. So let's do it this way first. So I need to get that 0.75, I need to make it just a y. So what do? Hanukkah.
Divided by 0.75.
Yeah, I divide everything, right? Every single term by 0.75. Okay? So when I do that, this cancels out. I have y equals, what's 1/2 divided by 3/4? Or think of this in terms of quarters, 50 cents and 75 cents. Can I reduce it? Can I reduce 50 cents and 75 cents, 50 over 75?
Yes.
To what? 2 over 3. Okay. And how many times does 0.75 go into 2.25? 3 times. Yes. So you can figure that out in a calculator if you think in terms of quarters, maybe, because that's how I look at it. But I also don't like decimals because they mess me up. So I'm going to get rid of the decimals. So I'm going to multiply every single term by 100 to get rid of the decimals. If I multiply everything by 100, 0.75 times 100, that's just moving the decimal over. So I have 75y equals 50x minus 225. Now I don't have any decimals. Now they're all gone. I'm still going to divide by 75. Yeah, you absolutely get the same answer, but sometimes when you guys have decimals, it plays tricks on your mind because you didn't know what to divide by here, where here you can automatically say, oh, reduce it by 25 cents. You know, or, does that make sense? So this is in the form y equals mx plus b, right? So what you're supposed to tell me is, what is m? So in this equation right here, what is m, or slope? What's this? Taylor? Yeah, awesome job. It's 2/3. What is b, or the y-intercept, Jared? -3. So that's not hard, is it? All you're going to do is solve for y and then identify the m and the b in your equation. That's all you do there. So that's number 6 and 7. Or 5, I think it's actually 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Number 7 is the hardest thing that you'll do. And I still have kids today, like in my geometry class, who just actually did an assignment in geometry, and they had to do this, and they're like, oh my god, this is awful. And I laughed because I knew that you guys would have to do the same thing. So we have to write an equation of a line that passes through these 2 points. We have to make the equation look like this. Okay? So, let's see. From these 2 points, I know a value of x and y, but I don't know what m is. And I don't know what b is. How am I going to find that? This is example D in your notes. This is just like example D in your notes. It is. You do that in 3 steps? Yes, 1, 2, 3. Taylor. Yeah, so you have to find m first. So how do I find m when I'm given 2 points? Yeah, good job. Awesome. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So you're telling me that y2 is 6 minus 8 over -5 minus 0. That's -2 over -5, which equals 2/5, right? Because those negatives cancel out. So m equals 2/5. So I found slope. That's the first thing I need to do. The second thing I need to do is find b. How am I going to do that? What do you guys think? You guys did it in your notes last night. Alexis.
You do like, I don't know, never mind.
You guys did this in your notes last night. How can I find b? Do I know a point? Do I have an x or y value somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
Alexis.
You'll take, you'll do the y, and x, and you'll replace the m.
Yeah, I can use either one of these points. I can use this point and substitute it in for x and y, or I can use this point and substitute it in for x and y. I'm still going to get the same answer, which is what is so cool about this. Still going to get the same answer. I say it's easier to use a point that has all positive numbers or a 0, because that's less work, right? So we're going to use this point. We're going to use the point 0, 8. And we're going to put it in this formula, y equals mx plus b, okay? So what is the y in this ordered pair? Taken 8. So I have 8 equals, what did we find our slope out to be? Alejandro, what did we say slope was? Good job. 2/5 times, what is the x in that ordered pair? Sure. Heck yeah, 0, and that's the best thing to multiply by. Is anything times 0 is? 0. So I really find out that 8 equals b. So the first thing I have to do is find slope. Then I have to find b, and now all I have to do is write y equals mx plus b using this for m and that for b. So what's my equation going to be? Georgine.
Y equals 2 over 5x plus
Absolutely. That's it. That is how you're going to do number 7. 3 steps. Number 1, find slope. Number 2, find m. Number 3, take the slope and the m and plug it into this equation. This is example D. Okay? All right. So I want you guys to do your best to get your homework. You're like finished up in class. Tomorrow, you don't have a video to watch tonight. No video. So you're just finishing up your assignments. No video for tonight. Tomorrow when we come in, we'll grade 11-3. And then we're going to just review everything we've learned. Our goal is to do 3 lessons a week. Use Thursday as kind of a catch-up, review, unconfused, whatever, answer questions. And then Friday, we'll use Friday to do like an Alex assessment or a 5-question quiz. So you'll either have a 5-question quiz or you'll have an assignment in Alex that covers these topics. No, you don't have any topics this week. Matt?
Can you tell us the point exactly
Which what?
on Thursday, like saying the future, are you going to tell us for that quiz?
Oh, you mean you want to know if it's a paper quiz or an Alex quiz? Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. Well, I can tell you that this week it's an Alex quiz, okay? And it's only 4 questions. It's not 5. Yes, you may. Okay? What do you guys think? I have a lot of like, you're not real sure? Okay. All right. Let's stop our video and see how long we got. 13.